Howdy y'all, this is Redwolf. I'm about to go convert some of my jerky stash into pemmican so I can have some more ready to go trail food. And before I talked about my pemmican, I thought it might not be a bad idea to talk about jerky. So jerky is meat that's had most of the fat scraped off of it, and it's been slowly dried so that it's shelf stable. Now, while that is a technical definition, what we talk about a lot in survival manuals and a lot of stuff you see isn't really jerky. This is some jack links, which is what my family likes. And you see it's pretty soft, it's pretty pliable. It's still obviously drier than regular red meat. But in the historical context, and for stuff like pemmican and what we're talking about really hard, really dry stuff. This is a can that I've had canned for about 2 years now. Haven't really done anything with it. It's still real good. I put it in a warm can and it pressure sealed, and so far nothing's gone bad in it. I think y'all seen this in a couple of videos, or one of these. I kind of keep a stash of them, and I decided I want to have everything ready to go. And so I'm gonna go ahead and pop the top so we can talk about some differences. And I still got a little bit of. So this is some stuff I made. Let me break it back into my jerky here. Alright. So I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of difference you can see visually in the texture. And one of the big differences is when this is bent. So how you tell jerky's done is you bend it, and if pieces stick up like wood splinters, it's dry. The more wood splinters, the easier it fractures like that, the drier it is. And your standard jack links, you can see some of this right here, but it's real soft feeling. This stuff, this isn't even the driest stuff ever made, but this stuff, it breaks real easy. It breaks clean. It's got kind of a, if you can hear it, it makes this little sound right there, and it gets real thready. And it's real good stuff. The Jack Link stuff, like the kind of modern production bagged at the store stuff, is easier to eat because it's got more moisture, it's got more sugars and stuff soaked into it. The historical stuff's a little bit harder to eat, but they didn't necessarily go around just chewing on it like that all the time. They tear it off in little strips and chew on it, kind of like tobacco. Or they would grind it up and make pemmican, make soups, use it in other things similarly to kind of how we use ground beef today. And just prove I ain't joshing with you. You know, there's some tough stuff. It's got some chew on it. You know, it's edible. I'm not going to want to make a steady diet out of it. And how you make this stuff, you really want to keep your meat below 150 degrees as you're drying it out. If you can get the heat and the smoke, even better. Traditional, really good slow cooking is below 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And in some cases, if you can, under 75 degrees Fahrenheit, according to some of my books. And I did a wet brine on this, which I mixed all my spices I wanted in, and I dipped it in there and let it soak for a little bit, which I find works better than just seasoning it over the top. Seems to soak in a little bit better. And it doesn't seem to really affect it drying off. And I saw how much, I'm still working on it. Your jack links here. Bites off, chews real easy. This is going to last, open on your shelf, commercial stuff, for probably about 6 months. This stuff is going to last a lot longer. Potentially decades. And a little bit of encouragement for getting out in the field with it, stuff like that. It's good stuff. One of the other tricks, big tricks I was going to put in there, you saw I sealed it in the jar when I did it. You can vacuum seal these because what you want to do is you want to keep the residual humidity and moisture in the air out of it. Big problem in my area, not a big problem in others. One of the old school tricks for it is, particularly if you're going to seal it, after it's unsealed, try and wrap it up in cheesecloth, muslin, some sort of cloth bag, because it'll let if any humidity gets in, it'll soak it up and let it evaporate again, instead of sticking on the meat and making it rot. And I might do a video shortly on some pemmican after I get all this situated. But hope you don't mind this. Just a couple little opinions, quick tips and tricks kind of video. Jerky is awesome. I totally recommend carrying it. It's a good shelf stable. It's your original MRE. You don't have to do anything to it. Just eat it. That's enough babbling for now. Until next time, keep up the good fight.